I was going to ask, so for example, I identify as non-binary, which doesn't really even feel like an identification at all, but I suppose it is. It like it's obviously a very different type of identification than identifying as man or woman, which is interesting to me. But I also identify as gay, but I don't identify as a man. And would you say that that is acceptable insofar as the fact that I identify with very specific things in gay culture and I perform as that, and I do feel sort of this oneness with being gay, but I at the same time don't feel.
What does that even mean? Oh my God, I'm so
Well, but this is
confused.
the sad. This is why this is sad. Okay, so Rem is just a gay guy who's been confused by all this
Beyond
gender
belief. Yeah.
philosophical nonsense.
I'm
Okay, he's
feeling
like,
so fucking sorry. He needs to talk to Danimal. Like, please. Read Danimal. Please reach out to Rim.
Danimal, can you quote straighten him out?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can you actually unstraighten
Unstraighten
him
him
out a bit?
But
Oh
it's because
my
it's like,
God.
and this is the problem.
Oh
This is the
God. This
transracialism
is so
problem.
depressing.
Right. This is the transracialism problem. It's like, well, I identify as some. It's like, no, no, no. You're not identifying with like some
Yeah.
performance. It's like you're just fucking gay, and the feeling you're feeling is that you're just engaging in what feels natural to you. Okay, and that
Yeah.
gives you some sense of satiation or satisfaction. Okay.
Oh my
You don't
God.
have to map that onto identity.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. It's very sad. Especially since, man, I mean, everyone understands that there's layers of identity.
Right.
And if you're putting like your sexual orientation at the top of that identity structure, why? Why?
It's funny because it's seen as like new and modern to do it.
Yeah, I know.
But that's like the most ancient. That is literally the most ancient identifier.
Yeah.
Is who you want to fuck.
Yeah, totally. Or even
That's
just
the base. Yes.
even man or woman. Like I think of myself as an artist long before I think of myself as a man or a heterosexual or
Exactly.
a cis or any of that stuff. It's like why is that at the top? I mean, hopefully at least philosophers above this whole identity structure.
But
I
see,
mean, you're good at the philosophy, so
here's the issue, okay? Because you're 100% right. And the same thing, like if someone asked me to like, well, how do you identify yourself, Sitch?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think to put in man or white or straight. I wouldn't think to put in any of these qualifiers into my identity. Now, what the neo-Marxists would say is they'd say, well, you know why that is, Sitch and Adam? It's because you are part of the majority.
I know.
Okay? You're part of
it's
the
a luxury.
Hetero, yes. You're part of the cis hetero white normativity culture. So you don't conceptualize these things as part of your identity. You just take them for granted. And here's the thing. That's true.
There's some truth to it. Yeah, definitely.
But this is the difference. Okay. This is the difference between the liberals and the neo-Marxists. The liberals say, oh, you are correct. We should eliminate the societal importance to these identity markers like race and sex so that you too don't have to think of them either.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can
the whole point.
Join us, right? So you can join us and identify via your interests or your job or whatever fucking shit you identify.
Exactly.
And then the neo-Marxists say, fuck you. We're not doing that. Because that's a trick. That's a dirty liberal trick. Because the truth is, the dirty, dark red pill, according to neo-Marxists, is that we use our biological identity as a source of maintaining power.
Yeah.
And
we need you to get you to the polls. We need you to get down there and vote your ass for Biden. We have this geriatric motherfucker that's about to die. And if we don't get people down there to get him in office,
do you want to be a
the
good
Republicans could win?
Or do you want to be a racist white?
Exactly.
Right? That's who you're going to vote for. But
it's so sad.
And since they conceptualize since the neo-Marxists conceptualize everyone as engaging in which some people do, But since they conceptualize this as the natural state of society, is people using their identity for political power, they're like, oh, well, you can't actually deconstruct it the way the liberals want to. So that's just a trick to actually weaken our own political power, because we'll all either get assimilated into quote unquote whiteness, or we'll all try to not, come together around our biological identity while the whites will keep doing it.
Can we substitute other identity markers that are less damaging to society and still maintain? Well, because I'm thinking we're bumping up against the selectorate theory model where, I mean, they have a point about using their identity to maintain political power.
Yeah, but it should be an as is mapped
based on
onto
interest.
Political parties. That's why political parties exist.
Or political or interest groups like plumbers.
Sure, but usually
attorneys.
But usually they mesh into some political party on a broader sense, right?
Right. So much of it is social activism was the tool that was needed. Therefore, political parties were formed around those activist points. People who are most impacted by the activist change would become a part of that. And that, therefore, the identity categories became useful in cobbling together those different political coalitions.
Right. And
that's no longer necessary, though.
Well, but that's another good distinction, because the liberal way of thinking, the liberal philosophy is that we talk about all these concepts and keep them as concepts. They're all thoughts, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're all philosophies, that they're all these kind of intangible, ethereal things. Maybe we don't, that's why we're like, oh, we're going to deconstruct, the importance of gender. It's like a kind of it's not a physical thing. It's all just, it's all in our head. But with the neo-Marxists, they're all about the critical theory. They're all about the prescriptive political change. So they're like, no, everything we do is based in political action. We can't simply base our things in thoughts alone. And so and that's another reason why you have all this stuff activating around identity, because as we talked about many times, your identity is the easiest group to activate around. Your physical identity, that is.
That's such a terrible, terrible... The neo-Marxist attitude towards everything has to be tied to political change is so fucking toxic, because imagine that philosophy in medicine. Like, what the fuck? What are you?
Right.
What are you?
That's
doing?
what they want to do, though. That's exactly what they want to do.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sure you saw they had WebMD posted some article about how your sex shouldn't be on your birth certificate.
Yeah,
or you should be able to change
your
sex. You should be able to change your sex on your birth certificate. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
This is where we're at now? Guys,
yeah.
Like, come on. This is the concern. This is the very real concern, where all this critical neo-Marxist nonsense, political activism, is infecting all these liberal institutions. And liberals are being caught completely unaware by this. Completely unaware.
Yeah.
Feel that with being a man. Do you think that there's a contradiction here, or do you think that's legitimate?
Are you asking me on Destiny? Oh, right.
Both.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's hear Destiny's perspective first.
I don't know how you can be a non-binary gay. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't have a strong attachment to my gender, but I consider myself to be like bisexual or pansexual or whatever.
Oh. Yeah,
because I feel like if I was gay, that seems to necessitate some understanding of my gender in relation to somebody else.
Well, this is the thing, but
how can you be non-binary and gay?
I don't. Why can't you? Because you're separating the sexual attraction from your sexual attraction from. I don't know. It seems weird to call it bait, but what are you doing?
Identity?
Well, what are you doing when you're trying, but it's more than sexual identity. It's trying to attract mates. You're basically setting yourself, you're composing yourself to be attractive to other people.
Well, here's the answer. To be gay definitionally means you're attracted to people of the same sex.
Oh,
or
yeah.
gender.
Okay. I guess you're right.
So how could you? Yeah. So how can you be non-binary and be
okay.
attracted to the same gender or sex? That doesn't make any sense.
Because you'd be attracted to non-binary.
Right.
It's you're basically saying I have a sex and I'm attracted to that sex.
Right.
Okay. So good on Destiny for pointing that out. So what do you mean you're attracted to non-binary people?
Right,
what do you expect to find downstairs when you strip away the gender expression?
Exactly.
I feel this is the thing, is like, how do we evaluate this? Because
he's punting.
Like what you're
Holy
describing,
shit.
I have this oneness with identifying as gay. I feel like I have that. I don't feel that towards pansexuality. I don't feel that towards bisexuality.
But I think that this aligns with.
It means you're gay, motherfucker. That's what it means. That's all it means. It means you're gay. You know what else that means? That means you're a man, baby. Okay.
Oh my God. It
means
totally
you're
does.
a fucking man. That's what it means. That's all it means. This is so silly. Oh my God. And so it's not like
I can't.
It's not like
this
all.
Is amazing.
I know. It's incredible. It's not like all gay men are effeminate or all gay men are like super masculine. Like they're everything. It's a broad spectrum, okay, of gay men who feel all the way from hyper feminine to hyper masculine and encompasses everything, motherfucker. So that's what you are, Rem. Congratulations, you're a gay man. He solved the puzzle. Okay, closed the case.
Oh my God.
Case closed, bitch.
This is hilarious.
Sitch Adam, gender police, coming in hard and fast.
I know. I feel like this is an episode of Social Justice Detective. Here.
We looked at your case, Rem, and we decided you're a big gay. Case closed.
Case closed. Yeah. Lucky you live in America where people don't discriminate against gays. Right. Now get out there and find yourself a boyfriend.
That's right. Get out there and be gay and proud, motherfucker. Throw your non-binary shit in the trash. Okay?
We'll see you at the next Pride Parade.
That's right. Like, I can understand people who are unsure about their sexual orientation as being non-binary, because it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Because a lot of your sexual orientation is kind of like melded into your gender identity for a lot of people. So I'd understand that. But then if you're like, well, no, I'm attracted to my same sex or the opposite sex, and it's like, okay, you're not. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, why would you sacrifice a perfectly good place on the oppression Olympics hierarchy for a lower place?
Well, I don't know who. Well,
gay man is above non-binary. What are you talking about?
Well, is it? I don't know if that's true.
Really?
Well, what if no? But here's the thing: what if you can be both non-binary and gay? Okay.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Which I'm sure the wokies would have no problem accepting.
Yeah, you get 2 points, right?
You get 2 points, right?
Okay, you're right. He's doing it right. Sorry, Rem. Yeah. Sorry to question.
Exactly. He knows.
Sorry to question your authenticity.
That's right.